Invincible Season 3, Episode 5 is now out. And honestly, I liked it, but at the same time, I'm mixed. Like, yes, the episode was well written. It was engaging the whole time. I wasn't like, oh, this is boring or anything. But also, I'm like, at the same time, thinking, oh, it could have been better. It's not my favorite, honestly, probably my least favorite episode from the season so far. And the season's been very strong, so like, it just goes to show you that. Yeah, the season's been incredible. But yeah, not a bad episode by any means. Just not my favorite, my least favorite actually. Because honestly, some people might even say last week's episode was kind of felt like filler, but not, bro. Not this one definitely felt like that, to be honest. Unless I'm missing something, I might be missing something where this is building up to, because we do see at the end, which we'll get into later, what happens there. But yeah, this episode's more towards side characters. I think that's safe to say. This episode's more geared towards side characters, but also intertwining Mark and Eve with them, which they did in a nice way. I did really like. I guess we'll just get into the stuff I liked first. I did really like the little story they're telling about Oliver and showing how he's still a kid. He still wants to do stuff, the same stuff that a kid does. And I really like that scene where they had Oliver Mark and Eve kind of like tailing Oliver and then watching him, with his friends, and they found his friends and stuff. That's great like that. But those other kids come, older kids, teenagers, whatever. And yeah, this is the way Oliver handles it, showing kind of like he is a bit different than his father, Nolan, Omni-Man. So I like that sequence, and it was just intense. I'm like, oh my god, bro. I'm like, nah, Oliver's about to literally rip into him, shred him, just like the Mahler brothers, the Mahler twins. So I'm like, who knows what way that was gonna go. And luckily, he just pulled her pants down, which is hilarious. I also found the jokes this episode. I like them, the f bombs and stuff. Those are also always great. Um, yeah, this episode's more about my bad if I forget the names. I'm probably gonna forget the names. I'm forgetting the name of the one dude with the metal head. It's like metal something. My bad, my bad. I'm so sorry about that. But yeah, it's about him getting out. That's one thing. But then it's also about Titan. I'm pretty sure that's the name. But also, we're seeing a lot of people from season one, especially, right? I remember season one. I forget they were in season two. But yeah, we're seeing a lot of returning characters from the previous seasons, let's say. So I do like that as well. Um, yeah, this is based around the order, which we're finding more about it. And yeah, Titan, Mister Liu. I'm hoping I say that right. And then his, I don't know, let's just say bodyguard. I don't know his name. His bodyguard, the big dude that's always with him, protecting him. And yeah, it's just kind of about that. But I do like how this episode was revolved around more like the city, seeing kind of like the people's the citizens, it kind of connected citizens like their day to day lives, like more street level stuff. So I did like that aspect of it because usually Invincible is just about, man, just the greater universe, like the world, Earth, and like just beyond in space and time and stuff like that, kind of. So I did like how it was more smaller scaled this episode as well. But in a way, it still felt like, I don't know, it felt like I'm like at the end of it, I was questioning this. I'm like, okay, it was well written. I like the episode still. Like I'm engaged, like I said before. But like, what is the greater purpose of this? Is there a greater purpose? And I was struggling to find an answer to that. So I'm probably missing something. Maybe I don't know. Maybe I'm missing something. Maybe I'm not. I don't know. I might get flamed for this, but that's how I really feel. So until I find that out myself, or someone I don't know helps me, or maybe in the next episode we'll find out like some implications from what has happened in this episode. I don't really know, but I do also like how another thing I liked Mark and Eve's relationship. They're first gonna get an apartment. We found in this episode, or well, they were getting serious about it. That's why they started their whole company, Invincible Incorporation. Um, that was yeah, that was interesting. I like that concept of it, and it tied back in the way perfectly with Mister Leo, bro. I can't even say, it. But you know what I'm talking about, him and the Order and Titan and all that. It tied perfectly into them because that's how they kind of both of their worlds kind of I don't know, came together at once because Titan pretty much found Invincible there, and then from that on, that's how we kind of get it rolling. Um, yeah, that fight scene though. Let's talk about the fight sequence. I do like that fight sequence a lot, where Invincible, Mark and Eve, they're literally fighting the dragon, Mister Liu. I'm hoping I'm saying that right. I'm gonna, yeah. When they fight the dragon, and Mark was getting smacked, bro. I was kind of surprised. I'm like, Mark's kind of lost stronger, but he's still getting smacked. Smacked, bro. Every episode, Mark's getting like just tossed around, just absolutely battered. This episode, he's just bleeding at the end of it, just bleeding out. And luckily, if it wasn't for, oh, bro, one of my friends, Metalhead, bro, what was the name? What was the name? Something like that. If it wasn't for that guy with the Metalhead, oh my god, Mark would have been done. Because if he didn't shoot Mister Liu, bro, I'm saying his name wrong. If he didn't shoot him in the head in time, Mark would have literally got absolutely killed. That's how it was. But yeah, Titan came in for the save too. They made a plan with the metalhead guy, so his former boss actually, and then the metalhead guy now takes over the order, and Titan officially has escaped. He's exited. I guess the order. Yeah. But we find out that not only is that guy that bodyguard of Mister Liu. Not only did we find out that he is still alive, because we actually didn't see him die. We saw him hit the top of the building, right? So we didn't actually see him die. So there's that's kind of foreshadowing, because usually if someone dies, they're gonna show it, and even then, there's still a chance they come back. So yeah, we kind of had a feeling that he was gonna still be alive, and then we find out at the end he's still alive, and also Mister Leon, he's actually alive too, because the bodyguard guy literally takes like that's supposed to be like his soul, right? Takes a part of his soul, which is like a dragon, and then puts it like back into Mr. Leon to pretty much resurrect him. So that was pretty cool. I like the kind of like the philosophy aspect right there of it. So I do like that. The battle was absolutely cool. The amount of damage is done, because I love how the whole point of the job for Mark and Eve at the prison was to, that they were gonna like limit the damage and stuff, make sure nothing gets damaged, the prison and stuff. That was the whole point of it. And in that fight, the whole prison gets damaged. Prisoners are escaping, and actually the whole point of it was that so that the order could pretty much get um Kate's brother out, and that's what happened, because Eve, she thought um she had him caught and boxed him in like a cell that she created, but no, that was just another version of him, because he can, as you know, duplicate. So that's what happened, and he's escaped. So we saw that as well, because then also near the end of the episode, we see that thing from earlier on. Actually, another thing, side note. Okay, I know I'm going all back and forth. Sorry, but I do like how we explored a bit of the backstory for Kate and her brother, and also shows her father as well, and kind of what happened in their childhood and how they're traumatized pretty much. So I do like that, and explains pretty much why the brother is the way he is, because he left, found out that he actually left, and Kate stayed there still. And then that's how he became assassin for Mr. Leo, I'm pretty sure. If I'm, connecting the dots correctly, understand this. So I did like that a lot. And we found out about their dad, which was sad, but also, it was sad. I felt bad for him, but also I understand the brother's point of view. So I like that as well. We didn't see anything from Nolan. We didn't see like Omni-Man, obviously Allen, Cecil. We also saw what was I gonna say? We saw Rex and Ray. So we saw them too, and their relationship developing as well. That's another thing going on. So that's cool to see they finally cooked the dinner. You know what I mean? Or Rex did. He tried his best, because it was like the kind of like the pre-cooked ones in a way, if you know what I mean. So that was cool to see. And then what else did we see in the episode? Obviously, we talked about Oliver. Then we talked about the apartment thing. Um, yeah, and then Titan, his family was at risk. So Titan had to make sure his family's all good. And that's what happened in the episode. He secured his family again. He got his exit out from the entire order stuff. But with Mr. Leon still alive, he's gonna come back for revenge, bro. He's not gonna like that. So there's gonna be another big thing going on. Another big fight. We know it's coming. But the way it's gonna be handled, we don't know. We don't know what the consequences are gonna be. How big it's gonna be, who knows? So I'm interested to see that, but I don't know. I'm interested to see how this all ties in. Like, I feel there's gotta be like something greater than this, right? Because I don't know. Like I said before, I'm still struggling to find the purpose. But what else? Yeah, we find out that at the end we see Kate, whatever, in the bathroom, whatever, in the shower. She gets out, and then we see that thing from earlier. It was like the yellow uh like the yellow paper with the design on it of like the person. But long story short, it signifies that that's her brother and that her brother is now out, that he escaped. And she was trying to earlier on in the episode when he tried to escape the first time and then obviously failed. She's like, "Why would you do that?" and stuff like that. So obviously she doesn't approve of it, and we're gonna know that. So we'll see how that where that goes. That'll be another interesting thing. And what else? I feel like I might be missing something. Um, see Oliver, we see the whole thing. But yeah, I feel like that's like pretty much it. Like the episode still it was intriguing, but like it was well written, of course. But I don't really know. I feel like that's it. Like the stakes weren't. I mean, every episode doesn't need to be like that, but yeah, I guess we'll talk more about um what else? Obviously the Order. They're becoming I guess a huge threat. Lots going on there. A lot of stuff is changing there. Titan's now out, like I said. The war or the metalhead guy. He he's now the leader. And he's probably gonna have more devious he's probably having like devious things set up. We kind of saw that in the meeting they had. And yeah, I just have a feeling that Titan's gonna somehow get roped back into this, even though he has a good heart. It's gonna happen, and yeah, we'll see how that goes. Because Mister Liu, he's not gonna forget. He's not gonna forget what happened, bro. He's not gonna forget that. So yeah, that's interesting. I don't know where that's gonna lead. But yeah, hopefully next episode we see more of the main characters back at it again. I think we will. But yeah, then again, this is my least favorite episode, but I liked it a lot. It was probably this one. I'll give it like I don't know. All the episodes have been very fire. I think this one will give like a 7. I'll give like a 7. I don't know. I feel like a 7, 7.5, honestly. Yeah. But it's still intriguing. That's the thing. It's just like, I'm like, what is the point? What is the point? And I think I was kind of saying the same thing last episode. But no, I still like this. I like the last episode way more, but this episode is still solid. Just the characters, not my favorite characters by any means, like how I love Omni-Man and Allen. So that kind of made up for last time. And that's like a greater story, greater purpose. But anyways, I'm rambling. Let me know what you think down below. Thanks for watching. See you in the next one. Peace.